Many of us live in a cycle of staying in toxic relationships or overthinking the same unfixable problems for years. We often justify these behaviors with the belief that we have no choice or that this is simply the way life works. This creates a paradox. We claim to want happiness, yet we consistently navigate back to the same painful circumstances. The sensation of being stuck is actually an illusion created by a cycle of active repetition. Patterns we tolerate eventually expand to define the boundaries of our entire lives. To break this cycle, we have to confront a difficult question. Who would you be without your struggle? Human biology prioritizes predictable outcomes over emotional contentment. Evolutionarily, the brain equates survival with the known. If you survived a miserable situation yesterday, your brain records that environment as a successful strategy for staying alive. This chart shows how the brain routes decisions. It identifies predictable pain as a safe route because the outcome is guaranteed. It labels unpredictable joy as a threat because the outcome is unknown. Because growth requires the unknown, the brain actively blocks that path. Familiar suffering functions as a biological safety mechanism designed to keep us within known territory. Over time, chronic suffering transitions from an experience into a core component of who we are. Letting go of this pain feels like an existential death because it requires discarding the very self we have built around our struggles. Victimhood offers a scripted, predictable role to play, which provides a strange sense of comfort despite the misery it causes. Taking responsibility feels incredibly heavy because it requires discarding that script and managing every outcome ourselves. People often retreat from happiness because they fear the immense weight of the responsibility required to sustain it. Human behavior follows the path of least resistance until a pattern is deliberately and forcibly interrupted. Breaking the loop starts with mapping your normalized pain, identifying the specific daily struggles you have accepted as a standard part of your life. You must prioritize physical action over reflection. When a familiar emotional trigger occurs, you have to change your physical environment or behavior immediately, because thinking alone cannot rewire a biological habit. As this graph shows, making a healthy new choice feels terrible initially. This spike in discomfort serves as a metric for growth, confirming that you are successfully overriding your brain's false safety alarms. Changing your life requires a willingness to endure profound biological discomfort to silence those internal alarms. Growth requires replacing the passive wait for change with the deliberate, active interruption of your own familiar patterns. Reclaiming agency involves dropping the illusion that our outcomes are beyond our control. Carrying the weight of total responsibility is a permanent, daily demand. This heavy burden serves as the literal, non-negotiable price of freedom from habitual pain. Sacrificing the safety of a painful, familiar identity is the only way to birth a new, chosen one.